Hey, it's Curt Bisquera, Kirkee B on DC. With the one and only Mona Tavakoli. Hey girl, what's up?
Hey, Kirkee B!
Here we are once again, but once removed, because the last time we were together, we were in the actual Drum Channel studios. But now, because of this pandemic, we are now on the intraweb doing our interview. And gosh, I wish we were together so we could play. But that'll come soon.
Me too. Kirkee B, I'm so happy to see you, and thank you for the invitation.
So what's going on? What have you been up to? I know that you guys are slated to do some more touring, and then that obviously got postponed because of the pandemic. So what have you been up to these days, other than the rock camp and all that stuff? What have you been doing? Have you been recording at home? Have you been giving lessons?
Kirkee B, so much has happened. I've been doing a lot of live streams. Like, that is not a joke. This has been such a kind of a gift. I think when I saw you, I don't know what year that was that I came in the Drum Channel studio. That must have been like...
I want to say at least 3 or 4 years ago.
No, I really think it was like 2013.
Okay. That's way too long ago.
Really? Do you think so? Okay. Well, whatever that was like my first web thing that I ever did. I had just been doing like a lot of TV with Mraz around the world, which was super cool.
Right.
And that experience is like so important to me. But to then come and be with you, that was sort of like my first drum experience. And
came full circle.
It was so cool because I learned so much that day, and you were the perfect Sherpa. You were the perfect person
the goat herder.
Carried my cajon in from the car. No, that was a really special day. So thank you for that.
Oh, it was fun. We'll do it again. It's going to happen.
Very memorable time. Since the pandemic started, I was March 7th or something of 2020. Mm-hmm. I was in Saudi Arabia on a gig. And that like 3 days later, how many days later? Like 5 days later, it was lockdown.
Wow.
So like I had come back from Saudi Arabia and like caught a cold and was like, oh no, I have COVID, which I didn't.
Oh my God. That's scary.
It was scary. It was a scary time, if you remember that.
It was.
All the touring, I had tours booked until the end of the year that all got, like most people, everything got canceled. And then I had to just figure out what to do. We had to figure out rock camp for sure. And we pivoted last summer and went virtual, which was super cool. Yeah. And we got to experience that. And we had campers from like Chile and France and all over the world just participating, which had never were able to, right?
Wow, that is so cool.
It was so cool.
That is so cool.
Then I decided there was a program at UCLA called UCLA Arts and Healing. Have you heard of it? So
I've heard of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. I know one of the directors. Her name is Ping Ho, And she runs this program called Beat the Odds.
Beat the Odds.
Beat the Odds. They do it a lot at Remo. And it's a program that's using drums and drumming to help some challenging behaviors, or like classroom behaviors, essentially. So I took a training with her like a decade ago. And then I saw that she was running this great program, UCLA Arts and Healing, and they were doing an online class in social emotional arts.
Wow.
This is the time. I can do it online. I'm at home. So I took a whole quarter of social emotional arts. And so that is just broadening and widening my understanding and language around how the arts can impact quality of life, mental health, memory. Like, I mean, we do that anyway, right? That's the kind of artists or music that we make in the world. But
exactly. That's exactly what we do. And yeah. I was just having this conversation the other day with a friend, and how drums, the things we hit, it doesn't have to be drums, but if we're hitting anything and it has some sort of rhythm, that in itself has healing properties. Right. And I think we just always think of, oh, it's just drumming and it's awesome and stuff, and I'm going to post this video online. But what we're really doing is helping each other and healing each other. Not only is it awesome to watch you play, Mona, and get all that vibe and groove going when you rub your heel on the cajon, there's something really fascinating about that, as well as healing, and just sonically, it just, and visually, it's just captivating. And I think, and I'm sure you could attest to this, that we need to pay more attention to that, because there's much more going on than just the drumming and the acrobatics of it all, and the, ooh, that's fast, or that's awesome, or whatever. Yeah. We play an instrument. We play instruments that heal and that have wonderful properties that way. And so that's just fascinating to hear that you're doing that. That's so cool.
Thank you so much. I know you get it, because you work in that realm too. But I don't know. I never went the typical route, right? I didn't go to music school. I studied economics and communications at UCLA.
I remember you told me that, and I was just like, wait a second. No one plays like that, and they're an economic major or whatever. It's like, wait a second. Well, she probably took the economics course because she was bored.
I love a spreadsheet. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, right.
I mean, I think that's why rock camp actually makes a lot of sense, or like being in Raining Jane, being in a band that like we did all the things ourselves. And
right.
So, I mean, I think that's where the economics communication degree came into play. Great. But I truly feel like all of my style of playing, or like my heart, that feels like I'm playing with my heart forward. And I know when I'm not, and I know when you're not. And I feel like it's just a physical energy and presence that people understand. But I truly believe it's because I had the opportunity to play with people I loved and trusted.
Right.
With Jane, I didn't go to music school. I didn't have the pressure of competition with other people.
Right.
I didn't pick the cajon. I discovered the cajon by dancing flamenco and meeting Liliana de Leon Torciello, who said, I bring you the box. My teacher at UCLA, she gave me the cajon. Nobody else was playing it. I had to discover this instrument, so no pressure there.
Yeah,
then
right.
I'm touring around, and every time I would play the cajon, people would say, what is that? Did you make that? How did you do that? And so I got to sort of discover and explore being a drummer and playing the cajon so organically that now it's in my being, it's in my person, and I cannot compare it to other people. And there's masters that I'm witnessing. Diego Alvarez, you know him?
I've heard of him.
You got to know him. He's so beautiful, lovely, amazing person, but his artistry is so deep. And I look at that and I go, oh, you're a maestro. Like, wow. Like, it's so fun to watch him. But our styles are very different, but it doesn't matter, right? Because it's played with the full being. It's played with the full heart. And that's a point of rock camp too, is you don't have to be an technical expert to play music or share or create something. Actually, for those of you who don't know what Rock Camp is, Rock Camp for Girls Los Angeles, we're a social justice nonprofit dedicated to empowering girls through music education. So it's you can come to the camp, learn an instrument. We help form a band for you, and then we do different kinds of workshops. So we'll do a songwriting workshop. We'll do I can go off about it, but go to werock.la and check it out. And it's really about self-expression and confidence and collaboration and compassion and all those things. And we use music as the medium to get the girls to step out of their shells and try something new, you know, and collaborate in a new way, which maybe you don't get that experience a lot, especially after the last year.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And what a great place to go to be amongst other girls that are either inexperienced or have a little bit of experience or pros such as yourself. So you all get to share, and I'm sure it's a really safe environment to learn and to share ideas. And man, it just sounds like fun.
You get it, Kirkee B. I really feel like because we're in these, you know, we're playing music professionally out in the world, and we're doing stuff that can sometimes be like at a really high pressure or feel like a big pressured situation. But what Rock Camp does for me is remind me of the joy of the music itself and the joy of all the stuff that's outside of the actual gig, right? It's about creating something, trusting yourself, taking a risk, friendship, like really simply friendship. And it's such a great thing because all the people that come to help organize that space too, a lot of them are professional, successful musicians too.
Yeah, I noticed that.
You get to come and just be of service and know that there's more purpose to us playing our cajons and playing our drums. There's that community aspect of, hey, look, I'm doing this out in the world, but also it matters a lot to me to be in this room creating this space for you to take a big risk that you've never taken.
Right. Well, listen, you know what? This now is a perfect time to ask you, because you do all these things with your wonderful instrument and your talent. Can you show us like maybe some warm-up exercises or techniques that you use that's completely like that this is the Mona Tavakoli way? Can you show us something? Are you available to do that? Can you do that at your...
Okay, so this is my cajon is back. It's also there. There's two of them in this room.
That double as furniture.
Exactly. They're incredible. They're so versatile, you know? You can sit on it, you can play on it, you can't sleep on it. It's very incredible. These are the cajon brushes Vader makes. And you're a Vader artist as well, right?
Yes.
Cute, Kirkee B. Cute.
You know what? For me, because I don't play cajon, I use those as back scratchers, and they feel awesome.
Incredible. Sometimes I just stick it into my hair if I need more volume.
Yeah, right. As a tease comb, right?
This joke is going to get old. I always said these were my signature sticks because they look like my hair.
Oh, but
you didn't need to. No, you didn't even need to laugh at that. I'm going to retire that joke after this.
No, I like that joke. That's your shtick.
You're the best. Okay, so you know, I never learned traditional grip because when I was in marching band, I was playing the tenors and I was using match grip. That's what they taught me. Mm-hmm. Then I got to UCLA marching band and I played the cymbals, and I wasn't playing sticks. I wasn't using any sticks, but my friends would teach me traditional grip. Like, you know, when we're just hanging out on the bus before the game or whatever, they would start to teach me traditional grip. So once I sat on the cajon and I had, you know, my wire brushes for my drum set, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try using these on the cajon and see if I can get a different tone. So I was using them, and then, you know, you playing match grip on the cajon, as you can imagine, right, is like, that's not ergonomically efficient. So I started experimenting with the traditional grip, and then I call it a double traditional grip. So this feels like a very Mona T thing. I don't know if other people do it, but when I'm playing in pop or folk rock or even Persian music, I can use these brushes in this way, and both ergonomically it makes sense for me, and then I can get like a really cool swishy shaker sound. So I'll show that to you.
Okay, cool.
While I move my chair and bring one of the two cajons over.
All right.
These are my boom-boos here. You can see me okay?
Yep, yeah. Yeah.
Were you feeling that?
So awesome.
So
The
that's
great Mona Tavakoli. This is a perfect time. We're going to take a little bit of a pause for the cause, and we'll be right back with Mona Tavakoli, everybody.
Hey, Chad Smith here. I'm at the Drum Channel. Huh!
Hi, I'm Don Lombardi. About 40 years ago, I started DW Drums in my garage. During that whole period of time, I was lucky to get to know many of the greatest drummers and teachers of all time. Drum Channel is a unique opportunity for you to invest in your future, and we have made sure that it's worth it.
All right, we're back with Mona Tavakoli here on Kirkee B on DC. Mona, that was so cool showing us your double traditional grip technique. And that makes all the sense in the world, because sitting on top of the cajon like that, and to be able to have the facility to play those patterns like that. So that makes all the sense in the world.
I experimented a lot with how to hold my sticks in order to get the sounds that I wanted. And actually using the brushes helps me when I'm singing a lot. Mm-hmm. So if I'm singing and playing cajon, to be able to like have my diaphragm and torso up helps with my voice.
Right.
As opposed to when I'm a little bit more hinged when I'm using my hands, because I am a short torsoed woman. So, I have to sort of like bend over further. But anyway.
But with a giant groove.
Yeah, all that to say, it's such a great and easy way to change up my tone or my physical position from song to song.
And so many girls have been persuaded not to play drums. I know this through a lot of my female drum friends that have been discouraged at first because they were female, and to play drums is so masculine. And like a lot of my favorite drummers, you included, are female, and they just rock, they groove, they have such a feel. And I champion that because I was raised by my mom, who was also a musician. So I champion the female musician. Not only that, I champion I just posted up a thing on social media about Karen Carpenter. She's like a goddess to me on drums, man. So great.
So great. So
yes.
Great. So good. And her ease around the kit, like it's so good that you sometimes forget how good she is, because she's singing and her voice is so good. And then her drumming is like exceptional. And then you forget, like, wait, is that really good? No, that's like extraordinary.
Right.
It's not just really good. Like she's an extraordinary artist.
Yeah, truly. And, even though she's left us, her legacy lives on, truly.
Totally. Oh my gosh. Like in her like little sweaters, like ripping, like get out of here.
Exactly.
That much groove, and to be able to sing and have that kind of presence. I just judged the Hit Like a Girl contest. Are you familiar with that?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, so really cool. It's creating this place where to try to get more attention on female identified drummers, right, around the world. And so I was judging the category. It was like the LP, sponsored by LP, and I'm watching some of these drummers, and they're like 7, 8 years old up to 50, right? Or maybe even older, maybe 70. And that alone, first of all, made me so happy and made me feel like, okay, the world is changing around drums and drumming.
Right.
And also, you see some of the younger kids, they're really chasing the gimmick thing of like, look at the 12 things I can do.
Right.
Quickly, whatever the thing is. And then there were kids who were just like, I'm going to play a really solid, delicious groove for 2 minutes, and then I'm going to give you a little shreddy solo moment. And so I got to see all of it, and kind of witness like, oh yeah, this is happening in the world. Like kids are watching YouTube, or they're taking lessons locally, or they're taking Zoom lessons, and they're learning drums. And I think that is actually a great thing,
Truly.
And to see what, like, that kid can be like, I just want to learn tricks. I want to learn tricks and play my tricks. And that other kid's like, I just want to show you that I could be in your band.
Right. And those are the ones that'll always work.
Yes.
I can't stress that enough. And you're such the personification of that, because it's like when we watch you play with Jason or who's the other artist that you play with?
Ep.5, the
right.
Persian legend of pop music.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and I remember, it's so funny because when I was on tour in France, I remember always seeing Ep.5 posters everywhere. And I was like, oh, that's Mona, she's in town. And then right when you would come into Paris, I'd be leaving Paris, going to Nice or something. I was like, oh, because I was like, okay, I got to surprise her and just show up one day.
Dude, I would be so, please come
I know.
surprise me somewhere.
We'll do that. Well,
Okay.
when it could happen again.
In the paths cross, that'll be so fun.
Yeah, we'll hang out. But so let's wrap this up. And I just want to say once again, here we are with the great Mona Tavakoli. And if there's any information that you can impart to those who are watching this right now, what are the 3 top things that you can give us to chomp on and to aspire to do or be or have or say? Go.
Okay, Kirkee B, I'm honored. I love you. I'm so glad you're my friend. And I'm so glad we met through Chris Hewer like
Oh, yeah.
15 years ago or something.
I know.
A long time ago. Anyway, you were a treasure. The 3 things, that's one of the things. No. I think if you want to play music. Don't let your Instagram following matter. Don't let if you have a job or not matter. If you want to play music, don't delay your joy. You don't need a big following and you don't need a gig to play your music. So play your music. Not everything's going to be for you. You know, there might be a gig that you really want, but it may not be for you. And just keep doing your work, because if you truly commit to your craft and you keep showing up and keep showing up and keep sharing and connecting and being supportive of other people's success, your time will come. I promise you, your time will come. There's going to be no opposition to your success if you keep doing the work and you keep creating that good energy and goodwill for the people that are currently succeeding and doing great. There is room for all of us. Get yourself a cajon. I really highly recommend it. If you're a drum set player who's like, F that box, I promise you, you're gonna be sitting down one day and be like, oh dang, this is making me think about my kit grooves differently. Because you're gonna get that bass and you're gonna get that snare, and then you're gonna start messing around and be like, oh dang, I could play the cajon. Oh, I got an acoustic gig. Oh, I'm getting money because I can play the cajon. Just do it. You're gonna love it.
I love that. It's just so simple. And it really, really is that simple. Well, thank you, Mona, for coming on the show and joining us and imparting all this wonderful information. And if you can, once again, just give us where we could find you on your website, Instagram, whatever. Please plug away.
Thanks, Kirkee B. MonaTavakoli.com. Or you can find me on Insta. I like Instagram a lot because I love photographs. No thinking, just scrolling. Mona_Tavakoli on Insta.
And there you have it, everybody. Mona Tavakoli.
Bye, y'all.
Stand by, stand by.